Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am in my little, I don't know, this is gonna be my little setup, I guess, for videos, but I'm in my old room at my mom's house, so that's why it's looking all crazy. So I just wanted to film a video today, guys, because in the vlog, I had got a little emotional throughout my day, and it was because I wanted to tell my story. I hope it's not echoing too bad, but I wanted to tell my story, and this is my pregnancy story. So I was in a relationship, and if you guys don't know, and I will probably link it in the description box below, about my abusive relationship that I was in. Okay, so yes, that is the relationship that I got pregnant, and it was something else. So when I found out, I was at work, which is crazy, but I kept just thinking like something is not right. One of the main things that was going on was my attitude was a little all over the place, and TMI, but my boobs or whatever were very sore. And I know that they usually are like around the time of, that time of the month. But I was just like, this is not right. Like, when is it gonna come? Because they've been doing this for a long time now. And I just wasn't paying attention to, the cycle not being here, because it was just a few days late at that point before I ended up getting the test. And so, it's just a few days late, so I didn't think anything of it. So I just kept going, and I was like, no, I need to get one just in case, because something is not right. Something is up. So I got one, and I took it to work with me that morning. It was around like 10 something or whatever that morning. And I was just so nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So before I clocked in, I went to the bathroom and I took the test, and I had the video, and y'all, I was shaking. Like, I don't know if it can tell on the camera, but I definitely recorded it. Because I was like, if I am, this moment needs to be captured on video. So, I did it, and I couldn't believe it. It changed so quick, and I'm just like, I know for a fact my hand was covering my mouth, and I'm just like, oh my freaking gosh. So, I went and texted him, was just like, guess, I probably put it in all caps, like, oh my gosh, guess what? Now, he was excited or whatever, but I wasn't, because of the situation, you guys. I just wasn't happy. Like, if you are with someone that you are not happy with, and you really didn't even want to be with or whatever, and, given the circumstances, like the abusiveness and the toxicness that was going on at the time, I just was there, and I was just staying, and I was afraid at the time as well, because I knew a lot of drama would come behind me trying to be my own person, do my own thing. So, anyway, so yeah, it was just a lot. After I found out and told him whatever, like I said, he was excited. I was just like, don't tell anyone until I can figure out like what's gonna happen, what's gonna go on. Of course, he went against that, and he did it anyways. And maybe that'll be another topic for another video, like kind of just discussing how he reacted, and just discussing the issue behind, him being so excited, okay? Because he was being a horrible person to me. He was mistreating me so bad, but he wanted a child, which is just insane. Like, why do we need to bring a child into this situation? I'm living my life. I'm working full time. I was going to school for full time, and I was running my business. I'm doing my part in the ministry, love the ministry. I'm helping my family. I'm multitasking and doing the best I can to start establishing my life as a young lady. And then that happened. So, it kind of threw me off, and it made me very nervous, because from there I'm like, wow, what do I do with my life now? But time went on, and I tried my best. First of all, I did hide it, I guess you would say. Yes, I was an adult and am an adult. I was 22 years old when this happened, yes. But because the situation, and no one liked him already, okay? Nobody liked him. because we had already went through a breakup and I should have been done then. And again, I came around as a friend, like trying to help him on some friendly stuff, as he was saying, but you know, that turned into something else. So, and as an adult, again, I take full responsibility. Like, you know, I know that my part in it. I was kind of hiding it, so I don't believe that I told my family until like I might have been like I was right at 2 months or something like that. I could be lying. I had a video where I was telling my mom, like, she didn't know I was recording, but I was recording it because I wanted to save that moment. But I think I lost that video due to my phone being not being backed up and it not being saved. And of course, if you go to the video, like I said, about my relationship, he broke my phone. I just was trying to hide it because I wanted to get myself together. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna, I didn't have my car at the time, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get my car, I'm gonna make my money, I'm gonna save my money, I'm gonna start buying stuff for the baby, and I'm gonna go get my own place. Now, of course, he wanted us to get a place together. He had a place, and I was staying with my mom, and I was staying over there with him or whatever, like in and out, and then coming here. But, and especially when I was trying to hide it, so I was really like trying to be over there with him more. And my mom and everybody was kind of just like, what's going on? Like, why are you still around this person? Okay, so sorry guys, the clip, it cut because, okay. But anyway, so, okay, I was just trying to get all of my stuff together so that way, you know, when I came to everyone, knowing that they didn't like him and stuff, you know, or they felt like, wow, you had so much going and how are you gonna do this and he's not gonna be around and this and that. So I knew I would probably hear those things, so I wanted to set myself up, which is why I took so long to tell people, because I was just like, okay, I'm working, I'm gonna save, I'm gonna buy everything he needs, whatever. Well, it didn't work that way because I kept struggling and going through. I was dealing with just knowing that, again, that he probably wasn't going to be there, or that he probably wasn't going to show up and be there for me the way I needed to during my pregnancy. And then knowing how everyone else was going to react, I just didn't know how it would turn out. So my sister, my best friend was the first to find out, and then my sister. And yes, it was not a good reaction for everyone. And I understand, so I'm not just mad, I guess, anymore about the reaction, but I kind of was upset because I knew that, but I couldn't be, right? Because I had already felt some type of way too. And again, it wasn't the fact that I don't want a child or I didn't love my child or whatever. It was just the person. It was the situation. It was what I was going through and what I was dealing with that I just didn't know what to do. And I just knew it wasn't a good place to be in. Because like they always say, if you're not in a good spot before, then the child is probably not going to do it. I mean, maybe it happens to some people, but more than likely, if they're acting up before, then that's not going to change them. So yeah, I just trickled down to telling everyone. It was very hard, but you know, I got over it. I don't want to touch too much on that because, like I said, at the time, I can understand the way certain reactions were, but it kind of hurt my feelings, kind of disappointed me a little bit, but moving forward and moving on. And I went through the pregnancy. Everything was going pretty decent. I did have morning sickness up until 5 months. And it was just so crazy. I was throwing up. I was so nauseous. I hated the smell of all of my favorite perfumes. And when I say I have a lot, I have a lot. And then just random smells, cigarette, certain foods, I just could not take it. So that sickness was killing me, or felt like it was killing me because I just was tired of doing that. So fast forward, you know, when you go and take the test to test for gestational diabetes, I actually was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. I failed the first test. They sent me back. I failed that one as well. So they let me know that we were going to go from there. We went, I think we went straight into medication, and the medication I was on was 500 milligram. And, you know, of course I was supposed to be watching what I ate and stuff. And long story short, that wasn't working out. I was checking my blood sugars 4 times a day, I think. And yeah, it just was not regulating right. I was feeling sick all the time. it just was not going right. And I was trying my best to eat right, and my mom and everybody was on me really bad about doing that and trying to exercise as well. Now, mind you, all this is going on. I'm pregnant through the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic, because I got pregnant obviously before. So it was a lot. I went to all my doctor's appointments by myself. And that was fine, you know, I guess. And I knew I just kind of didn't want him to be there anyway. But it would have been nice to have someone to support. But most of that was due to the pandemic, like I said. So being sick, not trying to leave, not trying to go anywhere, you know, had to go grocery shopping, like I said, at the start of it, and try to get a bulk because we never knew if they was gonna have us on lockdown, quarantine. So of course I had to make sure I was quarantined, especially because I was pregnant. And then I think with work, we had got laid off around the time we ended up coming back to work. Like I said, I'm going back instead of forward. So fast forward back to where I was saying about the diabetes. So I was taking care of myself the best way I could, but it was really hard because you're pregnant, you crave things, you want sweets, you want bread. I couldn't have any of those things, you guys, and it was crazy. So I was trying my best to eat right. I had people on my back. I was very scared because people close to me and in my family have lost children before, and I'm talking, you know, carrying them the whole way. And so I was just really scared because I knew at this point anything can happen. A mother carrying a woman carrying a child, it's a big deal. And we have to make sure our bodies are healthy so our baby's body can be healthy. And then sometimes things still go wrong. So I was just nervous, and I just felt like, oh my gosh, this is on me. You know, if something happens to my child, is it because I didn't eat right? Is it because I didn't exercise enough? Like, what did I do? But it really was nothing I did to make myself, you know, have diabetes. So I did the best I could, but that wasn't working out. So they upped my medicine to 1,000 milligrams, and it was still a struggle, guys. So mind you, I'm getting bigger and bigger. I had a lot of fluid on me. And so I would just be restless most of the time, and again, making sure I'm checking my blood sugars. I'm still running around trying to get my apartment, trying to get that set up. My car, I'm still running around doing everything because again, I'm on my own. I have to do this on my own. So I'm baby shopping, I'm buying things, I'm stressed, I'm nervous. You know, I was happy and I was ready for my baby to get here, but I was also just so nervous because I was already seeing, you know, how the struggle is to be a single mom, you know, with not a lot of help around. So, yeah, they started checking me. I was going every week at this point. You know, they usually start that towards the end, but I started going every week very early on because they had to check. And sometimes we would go in, and during the ultrasound, you know, they could not get him to be awake or to move, and that would kind of raise some concerns for them as well. And they just wanted to constantly check and make sure everything was right, and it was in his heartbeat. And a couple of times I had to go over to the hospital, like I had to leave the doctor's office and go to the hospital, and they would hook me up and the baby up to the monitor and watch so that they can feel him, you know, see him move a little bit and his heartbeat. So everything ended up working out, but it was very scary all the way because I had to do that up until they decided to induce me. And they didn't know when. They were trying their best not to do it early, but you know, if circumstances are in order for that, then they will take you in early. But I think I was 39 weeks. That is so insane. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But I went in like a week before. And yeah, so I went in on a Sunday night, and I had my baby boy Monday around like 4 o'clock, and he was 9 pounds straight out. And it was an amazing experience. I could only have one person in there, again, due to the pandemic. But my mom was there for me, and it was great. So, and that kind of helped our relationship too. So it was just a lot. But I feel like I did great. I didn't feel the contractions and stuff up until like right before everybody says that moment where you might need to get the epidural. And I was just like, I need it. And I did some very intense contractions for about an hour and a half, about 2 hours, because the anesthesiologist was taking so long to get up there. So as she was taking so long to get up there, about 2 hours I was contracting pretty bad. They ended up giving me some pain medicine. And anyway, she came in and we got my prepped for the epidural, and everything was fine. So I waited, and then I was dilating more and more, of course. They came in, you're ready. So we did some practice pushes, and then boom. I think I pushed him out, very quickly, you guys. Like, I cannot explain how fast I pushed that boy out. Like, he was ready. Because I know when she came and was checking me to see if I was dilated, she was like, I see hair, I'm feeling hair. Like, so he was right there. And it was just so amazing. And when they put him on me, I started crying. And I wasn't bawling, but I was just crying. And yeah, it was beautiful. I'm so happy. I was so happy. I would not trade it for the world. I would do it all over again. Just because I went through a lot as far as my relationship, that does not take away from the fact that my baby is a gift from God. I love him so much, and I am going to do my best as his mom and try to give him the world, whether I'm single, whether I end up getting married, whatever the case may be. I got his life. I got this. So, yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I thank God he saw me through every step of the way. I would have so many breakdowns, so many moments where I was just hurt because I did it alone. I didn't have a gender reveal. I didn't have a baby shower. I didn't have, and again, some of that was due to the pandemic. And other than that, how was I gonna have one? I have one best friend, and of course, she was there for me. Awesome. She has never given up on me at any point during my life. That girl has never, ever left me. But anyway, so it wasn't due to the fact that I couldn't, and then I also was embarrassed. A lot of people did not know that I was even pregnant. A lot of people didn't, and I was so embarrassed because I was in an abusive relationship, you guys. It wasn't something that I was proud about. It wasn't something that I wanted to tell, and people didn't know it but they just didn't know how terrible he was to me in behind closed doors. And I just didn't want people to really just be in my business. If they found out, they did. But I didn't go around announcing it because it was more of a stressful time to me, like I'm trying to explain to you guys. More and more, I just had to grew to fall in love with it because I realized you have to be happy because this is your child, this is your life. You know, forget about being upset with him. But it took me a while to get through that situation and understand, but God got me through. So, yeah, that is my story. And again, I didn't plan on having the first, but if I have one again one day, which I think I do want another one, I pray that my experience is a lot better, and I have with someone who loves me and cares about me, and my son, and yeah. So that is it, you guys. That is my pregnancy. Sorry, the camera kind of went everywhere because somebody was calling me. But that is my pregnancy story / delivery story / labor story, whatever the case may be. It's not very detailed. If you guys would like me to do a detailed one, I will be more than happy to do that and split it up because as you can see, I do that so that way people can just kind of click that video for that specific topic. So yeah, I will see you guys in a next video.